In the previous video regarding SofTest for iPad users, you learned how to install and register the SofTestM app. You also learned how to download an exam. The second video will now cover what settings you have to adjust before you take an exam, and also how to complete and upload an exam through the SofTestM app. Before you take your first exam, there are some app settings that you have to turn on and also turn off in order for SofTestM to work correctly. The first is guided access. So what exactly is guided access? Guided access is a security feature that, when turned on, allows you to only access SofTest when you're taking a secure exam. Guided access requires a 4-digit PIN to enable and disable the function. This video tutorial will show you how to do this. And just a reminder, for every secure exam, guided access must be turned on before you can even open the exam. To turn on guided access and set your security PIN code, go into General and find Accessibility. Next, under the Accessibility options, find Guided Access. There are 4 settings that you need to modify. The first is Guided Access. Switch it on. The second is the passcode settings. Go ahead and select a 4-digit passcode. The third is time limits. You can limit the time guided access is enabled. If you go ahead and set a time limit, please be sure that the time limit is longer than the length of most of your exams. The fourth optional setting is the accessibility shortcut setting. If you enable this, you can allow Touch ID on your iPad to turn guided access on and off. Now that your guided access has been set up, there's just a few other options that you need to be aware of before taking your exam. The first is airplane mode. Make sure airplane mode is turned on. Remember, if you are taking a secure exam, you won't have access to the internet. Therefore, airplane mode must be turned on. Of course, once airplane mode is turned on, your Wi-Fi will be disabled. Just make sure that Wi-Fi is off. Your Bluetooth is usually off during SofTest exams. However, if you plan to use a keyboard to pair with your iPad, you can always turn your Bluetooth back on. Now, let's take a look at exactly what you have to do in order to take an exam. When you open up SofTestM app and you're about to take the exam, the first thing you want to do is quickly press the home button 3 times to turn on the guided access. In the following example, let's pretend that you forgot to turn on guided access. This video tutorial will show you exactly what you need to do in order to turn it on before you can start your exam. Remember the exam that you downloaded in the previous video? Go ahead and select it. Remember, your instructor will give you your exam password. When you're ready to begin the exam and your instructor has given you the password, you may go ahead and type the exam password into the field. You'll notice that underneath the exam password is the alarm reminder setting. You can set an alarm to better help with your exam time management. For this exam, let's set an alarm to remind us once 25 minutes has passed. You can also set additional alarms when you're in the exam. Once our exam password is in and our alarm reminder set, it's time to start. Hit the start button. As you see, SofTestM will give you a security alert. In this scenario, A, you forgot to turn on airplane mode and therefore your Wi-Fi is still on, and B, you forgot to turn on guided access. As you see here, clear instructions on where to go to enable or disable certain settings are listed by ExamSoft. To put your iPad into airplane mode, simply just hit your home button, go to your settings, and turn on the airplane mode. Now that you've turned on airplane mode, it's time to turn on the guided access. To do this, you want to triple click the home button 3 times quickly. After you triple click the home button 3 times, you will now have new options to enable, such as a time limit. You can go ahead and set a time limit for your guided access. Under hardware buttons, you can actually determine what functions or buttons on the iPad are still operable during an exam. When you're ready, hit the Start option at the upper right corner, and you will be taken back to the exam. As you see, guided access has been turned on, and at this point, you can go ahead and start your exam. The next screen you'll see is the stop screen. Your instructors may actually have you stop here and wait to make sure everyone will start the exam together. At the bottom right-hand corner is where you need to type Begin in order to begin the exam. Again, wait for your instructor to tell you when to begin. As you see here, you can either type Begin or you can press the button Type Begin for me, hit Start, and your exam will be loaded. Along the top of the screen are different options that you can enable, such as an alarm. You've already set one alarm, but let's say you wanted to add a second alarm. For this one, you want to be notified 60 minutes from now. Another option is to review exam notices. Sometimes instructors will actually give you a notice that you need to read. For this exam, there are no notices. If you need to leave your iPad, just click Hide Your Exam and your exam will disappear. Once you're ready to begin your exam again, just hit Show Your Exam. Some exams will actually have an exam level attachment, meaning that it is a PDF that you can access throughout the exam. All you have to do is click on the exam attachment and you can just open up the PDF and scroll through it. The SofTestM app also includes a calculator. Just click on the calculator icon and you'll see a scientific calculator that pops up. Your instructor will have to enable this for your exam. Also on the right-hand side of your screen is a question list. You can access the question list to see all the questions. You can see flagged questions or even questions that have not been answered yet. Question number 1 is an example of an essay question. As you notice, the top half of the screen is the essay question, and the bottom half of the screen is the essay field, where you will type in your answer. If you ever need to flag a question in order to return back to it, just click the flag icon on the top right-hand corner. The gray flag will now turn red, symbolizing that this question has now been flagged. If you want to see all the questions that you flagged for later review, just go to the question list and just select Flagged from the tabs. When you're ready to move on to the next question, look to the lower right corner and there is a Next green bar. Notice that you have to slide the Next green bar to the right in order to advance to the next question. Question 2 is an example of a multiple choice question. Remember, you have the option to expand or collapse the question text screen just by moving the bar up and down. To select an answer, simply just touch the square box to the left of the answer choice. If you want to eliminate an answer choice, touch the red X to the right of the answer choice. When you're ready to move on to the next question, just slide the green Next bar to the right. Question 23 is an example of a fill-in-the-blank question. As you can see, the numbers in the question text correspond to the numbers in the answer field. Make sure that when you type in your answer that you're answering the correct question by matching the numbers. Question 12 is an example of a question that has an image actually embedded in the question text. In order to better see the image, just tap on the image. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can also move the image around in order to look at different parts of the image. When you've completed your exam and you're ready to submit it for scoring, click the Save and Exit blue button on the bottom center of your iPad screen. SofTest will provide you with a series of prompts confirming that you want to close your exam. If you do want to close your exam, hit yes. If you want to return back to your exam, hit no. Here's the second prompt from SofTest confirming that you want to close your exam. If you do not want to close your exam, select Return to SofTest and you will go back to your exam. If you are ready to close, select Close your exam. Please keep in mind, once you close your exam, you will not be able to reopen your exam again. The yellow screen is a confirmation that you have closed your exam. The next step is to actually upload your exam back to ExamSoft. This will require that you again establish an internet connection. To begin, hit the Exit button. Remember, in order to submit your exam, you have to have an internet connection. In order to have an internet connection, you have to disable guided access and turn your Wi-Fi back on. To do this, triple click the Home button 3 times. Next, type your 4-digit security PIN code for guided access. To end guided access, tap on the End at the top left corner. Next, turn off your airplane mode in order to establish a Wi-Fi connection. You can now open up the SofTestM app to submit your exam. A final confirmation from SofTest will be a green screen telling you that your exam has been successfully uploaded to ExamSoft. Now it's your turn to practice using ExamSoft. Complete as many practice exams as you need to, and don't forget, in the app is a help guide that you can access whenever you need to in order to answer any questions that you may have.